Yeah, let's do that. You got one here. It's Isiah Thomas, who has links to the Knicks because he was their coach and their general manager, and everybody hates him. From Michael Jordan down to every Knicks fan. Nobody likes Isiah Thomas. So, and he did get caught, was it sexual harassment at work? So he just sounds like a bad guy overall, even though he seems like a nice guy. I think he's a bad guy.
But he probably did it pre-Me Too, so he didn't know the rules.
Yeah.
He didn't know it was against the rules yet. Anyway,
Yeah.
he probably did. It probably was really bad. Anyway.
Was it what Isiah Thomas? I think it's was it this k-mart? No, that was something else.
Oh, no, that's also Detroit Pistons. Play either of them, whatever.
All right, let's play this one.
So why aren't you playing? They say I'm too small. That's what they used to say about me. Come on.
Him and the little kid, let's take him. Let's go. Let's point win. This time, why don't you run with me?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, man.
No, he gonna play with us. Oh, he's on my team. You had first pick.
Isaiah, I love what you did for me, man. You did it, kid.
Did he even pass the ball to the kid? Or he just make
I don't
shots?
know. I have no idea.
Well,
This
he
is
did
wholesome, though, isn't it? It's very wholesome. Yeah. He helps a short guy get picked on for a basketball team.
Yeah. The other kid, I guess, the other kid was wearing the X-ray shirt. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah.
I don't know. I like the editing in this. It's so early 90s. It screams early 90s. He's got the sideways angle shots and the high fade, and you've got the
80s saxophone.
Yeah.
You know, which is usually reserved for cop movies and romantic scenes in cop movies. So I don't, you know.
Yeah, someone's either fucking or dying usually when you hear that music.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I don't know what Isiah really did for him here, but
yeah, I like how they found like a street corner to make it look like Isiah Thomas would drive that car to the hood and just park it there with no top on it. You know,
I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know where he's supposed to be. Is this Detroit? I guess it's supposed to be Detroit where he played, but
it has to be one of the city. Either Detroit or New York, I guess, could be interchangeable for the purposes of this ad, right?
Yeah, and he's just kind of sitting there staring at them playing ball at the beginning here, which is creepy. So.
Sit on top of his red Toyota convertible, which back in the day I'm sure was like a cool, badass county.
I just put that together. It's Toyota. It's Toyota.
Did you not realize this is a Toyota commercial?
I did, but I wasn't paying attention that it was that he was driving the Toyota. You don't see a Toyota. When do you see a Toyota convertible? I haven't seen one probably since the 80s,
probably
90s.
This exact model.
Yeah, I didn't put it together. But oh yeah, that's a convertible.
Yeah, you didn't see the "I love what you do for me" Toyota logo on the screen.
No, I did. The whole commercial's just. It's a different time. It doesn't make sense.
What did you think this ad was selling? Was it like do you think this is a shoe commercial? I'm not like ragging on you. I
knew it's for Toyota, but it was like, oh yeah, he's driving a convertible Toyota. Like when you look at a convertible, you don't think it's a Toyota, even though this is a Toyota commercial.
That's true. You never do think it is a.
You know, like you see a commercial, there's some woman or some guy on the beach and there's all kinds of crazy music. Like I don't know, it's some commercial with Johnny Depp. He's playing the guitar with a rattlesnake and he's rolling around. And like, what the hell is this for? And it's for like cologne or something. That's what I like this commercial. I'm like, I thought it was an abstract Toyota commercial.
No, man, because the red car, it pops nicely. It's framed well against like all like the urban gray backdrop. That was the whole point of the commercial, Mike.
The red, yeah. No, it's good. It's a good color call by you there. The cinematography makes it pop by making it red. So okay, I just got so confused by that commercial. I don't know. So
they didn't do their job very well. If you didn't even know what the commercial was for,
I guess so.
All right, we got the VHS one next, right? That's the other Detroit Pistons one.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this one. Is apparently from 1987. So let's check it out.
Now
this is great.
At Kmart, enter a new dimension of sight and sound. Capture the action with Scotch EG all-purpose video cassettes, the popular choice for today's VCR recording.
Wow.
Now with patented time-left gauge to ensure that you never miss a replay. Scotch EG video cassettes from 3M, worldwide sponsor of the 1988 Olympic Games. Available at Kmart.
I love the beginning of this ad, like step into the next generation of sound.
80s space.
80s space with the V. And I actually had a whole stack of those in my parents' house. Who didn't, right? Because that's what you recorded stuff off of.
Yeah. I still have VHS tapes sitting around.
I'm sure. This is just fun. It's fun because clearly it's like it looks like a local, I would assume, Detroit ad of some sort, right? Because you wouldn't run that in the whole country unless this was right after they won a championship or something.
I think they did win in '88, but yeah, it might be just a local k-mart ad. I mean, this is like, people complain about all the CGI in movies in the 90s and so on, and this is 1987, and like we were just begging for CGI because this commercial was like, this was like a step forward to getting the CGI, and we're like, I can't believe in the future it's going to be even better than this. Yeah. And we got what we wish for. So
what was before VHS? It was
Betamax
and Laserdisc, right? Those were the first two. Or was Laserdisc after VHS?
Laserdisc was after. It was before DVD, after VHS. It was like the size of a record.
Yeah. I remember hearing about them. So it was what was before VHS?
Betamax, which was like a bigger kind of tape.
So it was like bigger. So then VHS was supposed to be like the compact, kind of smaller one.
And before that, it was just reel-to-reel home movie. Like you can get a movie as I don't know how widespread it was because in the 80s everything went to VHS after the theaters, but you could get like a reel-to-reel projector and project.
Oh, like the old school. You had to put the wheel on, and you had
you put it on the wheel. There was stuff like that. But again, I don't. It's like if you watch old movies and stuff, they remade a lot of movies back then, or like I like the Three Stooges. They reused old footage because you didn't see it since it was in the movies 10 years ago. So it's like, we'll just reuse the footage from 10 years ago to fill in the holes. Nobody will notice, So you could get away with it back then, but I don't know. This commercial just blows my mind. The effects are astounding.
Isn't it fun with just the spinning picture? And I guess you're an editor. Imagine doing that on the software they had back then. That probably took like somebody at least 2 or 3 days to do, right?
Yeah, that was probably something like they had something called the video toaster. It was like the effects machine that had some computer effects. I mean, that looks definitely computer made, but 80s computer. So, now everything's digital because George Lucas said, let's just make it digital and make it easy. And back then, everything was tape. And when I finished high school, I graduated in 99, we were using SVHS, which is a slight step up from VHS. Digital just came into the marketplace, so we were still using tape. That's how old I am. But it worked. It worked. So.
I'm glad that I can learn something today.
It's education.
That's all I'm going to say about that.